This is Aidan Lermont from SHC TV. Today I'm very lucky to be joined once again, second week in a row, by Kalle Sauerland. Kalle, how are you doing today?
Very well. Good to see you back-to-back weeks. How are you, mate?
I'm doing good, thanks. So obviously, last week we just come off Wasserman, Macaulay McGowan, arguably fight of the year contender, stacked hard as well. How do you sort of evaluate the whole night?
I think the main. Let's stick with the main event, and Dan Howard's fantastic performance, but Wasserman really showed his class. I think McGowan, fantastic performance, built his name nicely as well. A couple of million people on Channel 5 again, massive numbers. So I know he lost, but everyone's a winner when it comes like that in boxing. When you're in a great fight like that, they'll build his stock as well. Wasserman marches on, world title shot soon. Potentially even next, Virgil Ortiz maybe, we'll see. It's exciting times.
Definitely, and then obviously looking forward, we've got Lyndon Arthur versus Liam Cameron this week, stack hard, the return of Matty Harris. How did this fight sort of come about? My brother Nissa put it together. It's a cracking fight. I leave that part to Nissa, but I just you see the way it's been received online. It's been fantastic the way it's been received, and it really looks like it's got the makings of a real light heavyweight classic, and there's a lot on the line for both men, but especially for Lyndon. Has he learnt from the Bivol fight? Will he take out that fight? Can he win this fight to set up those big British fights, Dan Aziz, Boatsi, etc.? Definitely, and then I saw on Twitter earlier today a tweet from yesterday when I was getting the train down, and it was like news coming soon for Josh Kelly. Can you sort of give us any information on that?
I think we're about 10 days off, something like that.
Is that an announcement?
Yes, absolutely.
Is it in the northeast again?
It will be in the UK.
Okay, that's fair enough. Then obviously back to the card, we got the return of Matty Harris. I remember seeing an interview after the fight, and it was Nissa, your brother, he said, a loss isn't a loss if you can come back and rebuild yourself. He obviously came back with the win in Telford. So this...
I was a bit harsher than that. And I was pissed with him. I was really pissed off with him because, when you take a place in a stable, a professional boxing stable, you take someone else's place away. So, we had to make a decision at the time when we signed Matty. There was other heavyweights. We said no. We took Matty. He let himself down, and I think his reaction though to it so far, by taking Peter Fury, who I rate very, very highly, has been fantastic. But that's the proof's in the pudding, isn't it? Let's see what he's done. I mean, Peter Fury for me is one of the best trainers out there. That he's managed to convince Peter Fury is already a sign for me that he's really trying to make the wrong right. It's a lot of pressure when you're a young heavyweight and you start breezing through opponents and the pressure mounts and you can crumble. He did crumble, but that doesn't mean he can't rise again. So giving him another chance, and we do believe in Matty.
Definitely, and then obviously, we've got Tom Welland on the card, one of Britain's best prospects. Is there anything you can say on his opponent, anything like that?
No, look, he had a tough fight out last time, Tom. Yeah, it was a learning fight. He won cleanly, but it was a tough fight. The interesting thing will be, has he learnt from that fight? Like his defence wasn't great last time. He really went into overdrive and tried a bit too much to take his man out. Young man, lots of free natural testosterone in the air. That's all fair, but this is the professional game. You've got to curb those inhibitions. You've got to know when to put it on someone. You've got to know to control yourself. That part, he's still learning. So let's see what he's taken out the last fight. The way he is, I'm not too hopeful on that part. I think we're going to see another humdinger, but Tom loves a tear up, and unfortunately, sometimes you've got to learn the hard way. But let's see. He's so exciting to watch. So exciting to watch.
Definitely, and then when I was on the train back from last week, I was watching our interview back, and one thing I didn't ask you, which I'm kind of surprised I didn't, is ideally, how many shows do you think Wasserman are going to have this year?
Okay, well, you've got to always be careful. Misfits and Wasserman. So if we take the traditional boxing and Wasserman shows, I think around 10, 12 shows this year altogether. Yeah.
So there's been the Telford one, there's been the one at York Hall, there's one last week, and I think that's it so far this year.
Yeah. So we're
that
about halfway through, we've done 5, so yeah, I get about 10, 12 shows this year, something like that.
definitely. And then lastly, I'm going to ask you the same question I asked you last week. Sell this fight in one word.
One word. Return.
Definitely. Kalle, thank you very much for your time once again. It was really nice to speak to you. Thank you.